tell us, how did you become involved with Ananda Marga and Baba?
Well, I was traveling in Australia in 2012 when basically I met Ananda Marga, and that happened because I was in the military before this for 2 years, and I didn't really know what to do with my life that time.
Which country are we talking about?
In the Netherlands. Yeah, and I signed an 11-year contract when I was 18, and in the officers academy, and there I had a lot of psychic clash, and I was wondering, is this really what I want with my life? And basically I was really looking for my inner self, and I didn't really realize it that time. So then at some point my father became ill, and he died eventually. That was one thing that really opened my eyes, that I should really take charge of my life and do what I want to do right now. And there was also the movie Into the Wild that made me make that choice. So then I traveled far away after some time, after 2.5 years of working and trying to pay back for the military. And then I was in Australia. I was also interested in philosophy already before, and that led me to Buddhism. And from there, after half a year being traveling, I was in this kind of hippie town in Australia that's not so far from Maleny, Byron Bay, and I was already practicing a bit of Buddhist meditation every day, and I had the desire to really experience something spiritual. So I really wanted to get more into meditation. And in Byron Bay, I was in a hostel, and I was really a bit fed up with the like pseudo culture that was going on there, drinking and drugs, and I was not really. I didn't want to be in that environment anymore. And so I looked for places to volunteer, and there are so many places in Australia, very nice places. And the first place that picked up the phone was at your place in Maleny in the master unit. Anish and Arpita, one of them picked up the phone, Anish I think, and said that I could come. Next day I hitchhiked there, and there I experienced for the first time in my life kiirtan, which I was not used to sing, and also they basically wrote in their advertisement that they were into yoga and meditation, and the reviews on the website were very, very good and very positive, and that's why I chose to go there. And I had many questions. I was very curious. I enjoyed doing half bath and fasting and reading about diet, and there I also decided to become vegetarian. So then after 5 weeks there, they felt it was good for me to go to a retreat to meet Dada for initiation. And it was the first place actually that I stayed for more than 1-2 weeks. I was traveling for half a year, and I felt very much at home there. I felt instantly, actually, I felt that I was with family upon meeting Arpita. And such a nice experience I had there. So then we went to the retreat, where there were more margis, and one thing that I experienced there also was that the room were about 50 margis, I would say, and when we were eating, and I felt with each one of them, I felt what do you say that, kinship,
Kingship.
and I felt that kinship, yeah. I felt that I wanted to know everyone, and that I didn't experience before, to be in a room full of strangers that I felt I already knew them since long. So with Ananda Marga, I never had any second thoughts or doubts. It just felt just fitted somehow. And then we went to a different master unit with, I think I traveled with you. And then I met Dada in the school in Maleni. And it took a week before I got initiated. We went also to do some meditation on the beach one day, and that meditation was in the evening. It was dark, and I saw some light when I had my eyes closed. When I opened my eyes, there was no light, so there was something, and I expressed to Dada, and Dada said, "Oh, that's a good sign. Okay, then tomorrow I initiate you." And yeah, so I got initiated and spent some more time there. I was still traveling a little bit and spending time with Dada Gunamuktananda, who initiated me. We had a good connection, and he's quite a funny Dada, and I felt very comfortable with him. And at some point he told me to take the LFT training, or it was called Spiritual Lifestyle Training, which was 3 weeks. And I didn't really want to do it because it was with an acharya I didn't know. And I felt, I don't know if I want to take this commitment to be 3 weeks in a training that's with a trainer who I don't know. But because Dada gave me a lot of good advice before, I decided to do it. And then I went for this training with Baba. Until this point, nothing much happened. I saw Baba's pictures in the Jagrati. When I was with Anisha and Arpita before, they spoke about Baba in a sense that they just called Baba our meditation teacher, and they were not really talking much about Baba actually. But I already developed a strong sentiment for the Margis and for the practices, and also with Baba's picture, I didn't have any reservation, or I didn't feel like, oh, why is there a picture of a man? That I didn't have this. My mind was quite open. And then there was the LFT training. It was very nice, very beautiful. What happened was that we watched the Baba's video in the end, and like you know that Baba's videos, the quality is not so high. Most of the videos, and there was also some sound or some music that was poor quality, and I wondered why we were watching this video, and I told Dada Krishna Premananda that Dada, why do we watch this? Because I don't feel anything. I didn't feel anything, that there was something special about Baba's vibration, or I was just honest and frank, and he was very close Dada, so I mean very loving and easy to talk to. So he said, okay, sit down 5 minutes, do meditation, and just do that. And I did, and my meditation was very good, very deep. Not like usual, that I was struggling with this and that thoughts, just a very strong feeling, strong energy, and I realized there is something with Baba's physical appearance. I didn't know what, and I think it will always remain a bit unknown, but I felt something strong, and that made me more curious to find out more about Baba. So there was another small experience that I did meditation in the Jagrati there in the school downstairs, and at some point I felt that Baba was entering the room and was sitting next to me, and yeah, I had that feeling. I don't know why. I didn't really experience it since then, even though Dada Shuddha I think the SS that time, he said that you should try to always feel like that when you do meditation, but I don't always feel like that. That was more specific feeling. So these experiences made me more curious. Also, the Margis talking about Baba made me wonder if it was really real and true. Then I read Jamalpur Years, the book, and while I was reading the book, I chose it because it came from many different sources, and I thought, oh, that must be true when it comes from so many different people. Also, the people that I knew were very trustworthy in my eyes. They were as good, well established in their life. They were quite grounded people, and I was reading the book, and at some point I started thinking, if this is really real, then I just found the most beautiful thing in my life, the most precious. That realization was there, and at the same time I felt and I experienced that I couldn't really share it with the people that I knew from before, like even my family. They wouldn't really know what I was feeling, or the realization maybe that I had to some extent, that who is Baba and what is Ananda Marga. And so that happened, and then after that it was maybe half a year after I was initiated. I had a dream, and in this dream it began as a happy dream. I was already happy from the beginning of the dream, which I don't really have often. Usually when I dream, it's more, I don't have such a happy feeling, but I was very happy in this dream. And my name was Brahmadev that time. Now my name is Bhuvanesh, but I was walking in my high school building in the dream, and I met my closest friend from my childhood, whose name is Dave, and my birth name is Bram. So that I had the name Brahmadev was also something I wanted to mention, that it made me very easy to be in Ananda Marga, because my grandmother used to call me Brahma, and then my best friend's name was Dave, so it felt very relatable. So in the dream I met Dave, and he gave me a banana, and I was very thankful to him, and I ate this banana, and I enjoyed the banana. Then I was walking in the high school building, and I met his sister, also, who they were like the best friends of my family. So we went on holidays with them when I was small, and I had so many good memories with them. And his sister also gave me a banana, and I was very surprised that I got another beautiful gift, and I ate that banana too in my dream. Then I went downstairs into the basement of that high school building, which had all the lockers where people keep their books and everything, and there was nobody there except Baba was there. And I think it was the first thing that I experienced, is that I was surprised that Baba was quite small, and his physical body was quite small. I'm quite tall, and Baba had this more small, more, I don't know if I can say cute, kind of more cute and close, I felt, in that sense. And at the same time there was a huge presence that filled the whole place. So that was something mysterious and nice to experience. And actually Baba gave me the third banana. He gave me a third banana, and I ate the banana. And he was carrying a big bag of bananas, with 40 kilo bag of banana he was carrying. The thing that is maybe these things are a bit mysterious, I think, but the thing that was more straightforward was that all the feelings of love that I experienced in my life before, towards a girlfriend, towards my mom, my father, my brother, my good friends, my best friends, all these feelings I felt for Baba just at once. And so it was a very clear way of accepting that. I realized that, okay, this is Baba, this is my guru, because the feeling was just strongly there. And then with this 40 kilo bag, I called Baba Prabhat in my dream. So I asked Baba, I called Baba Prabhat, and I asked him, I don't know why, but I asked him, there was a patch on the bag of bananas, that it was stitched. And I asked him, oh Baba, it was broken before the bag that you're carrying. And and then he said, yeah, but it's fixed now. And before, the bananas were falling out randomly, but now I'm choosing whom I'm giving the bananas. That was one thing that he said to me, and the other thing was that I asked him if he was carrying this bag, big bag, since he was a child, since he was small, and he said yes. And basically, that's what happened in the dream, and that was also the end of the dream. That after he said, "Now I'm choosing who I give the bananas," then the dream was finished. And I read about Baba's dreams before that, having that dream, and I wondered. I thought that actually, when I woke up, I didn't feel that like I was very blissed out, or so I was kind of questioning: did I really have a Baba dream? So I told Arpita this dream, and she said, "Ah, you really had a Baba dream for sure." And yeah, that was my most direct experience, I would say, with Baba. After that, I experienced Baba also, of course, through the spiritual practices and kiirtan and different things. Also, Baba's picture, I feel, is very, very special, and there is a very, yeah, I cannot, I don't know, I cannot really explain that, but there is something so special with Baba's physical form. And after that, I had some experiences. I mean, I can mention that about a year after my initiation, I thought I had a girlfriend. I thought what to do. I wanted to take more responsibility in my life. I was tired of just living day to day for myself, and I was also not really LFT, even though Dada, I was working for Dada as LFT, but I was not really working as LFT actually. I didn't do much work other than cleaning a little bit in the house and reading philosophy, doing spiritual practices, and helping a bit here and there outside garden. But I was still traveling and going around. I didn't have much organizational responsibility at all. And at some point I thought, what should I do? Should I marry and have children? Because I thought to make the next step in my relationship, if I wanted to do that, or to go more into Ananda Marga and see how it would be like to live as a whole timer. And that was a New Year's time. So that, yeah. Anyhow, naturally it came to the point that I chose to go more into Ananda Marga and to break up the relationship, because yeah, there was not enough feeling there. And then I went to Europe, did another small LFT training. So in that training, I was thinking, oh, actually I want to go to Africa for 5 years to work as an LFT. But in the training, I thought, why should I wait? Do I want to become a whole-timer or not? And that question was very pressing in my mind. I couldn't really escape it. And I was really, really struggling to find the answer. I really wanted to have the answer. And at some point we did a Varte Kirtan, and we did sadhana after that in the evening. And I want an answer. And in my meditation, it was also a very nice meditation, which I didn't have always such beautiful experiences. It was a lot of struggle with meditation, but that time I went quite deep, and I felt very clearly that I want to become a whole timer. And so at that time I decided and talked to Dada, and went back home, kind of told my mother and my brother. And my mother was, they were both accepting, but for my mom it was very, very difficult. Even though she's a Margi, she got initiated by you, and she was very sincere. But I think it felt like she had to say goodbye to me forever. And she was crying a lot, and it was a bit hard to go through for both sides, I think. Because I said basically, I will go to training, and you shouldn't really call too much, and I cannot call you, and after that I don't know where I will go in the world. And yeah, then I went to training about 1 year, 3 months after my initiation. I went to Sweden, and I was in Sweden for a bit more than 2 years, doing the whole timer training. There is a C, a B, and an A part, and I went for the A part to India, but there the training stopped, and I went back to my maternal to my mom in the Netherlands. What happened in training? It's another story by itself. I can say a few things. I was not really prepared already. Maybe no one is, but my lifestyle before Ananda Marga was much different. I had quite a few bad habits, which through Ananda Marga, quite a few already left me. But in the training, I had a very difficult journey with food. Many trainees experience that, but I would say I went a bit. It was affecting me too much, and I also lost my mental balance. I was a bit going through states of psychosis, which I experienced a few years before that. I was in a week that I was in a state of psychosis for the time of a week. So I recognized that, and it was a very beautiful time because I had good experiences where I was in a high ideation, and we have the long kiirtans in the New Year's, which I really enjoyed. And I sometimes felt that I saw Baba in everybody. I felt that it was really Baba. And also I read about this ideation that people were established in the past, that they would always see Krishna or Shiva in someone, and people were established in that. But I read that with the ideation of Baba, it didn't happen yet, that one is completely established in that. So I was also experimenting with ideation of Shiva and Krishna, and I had two experiences which were quite interesting, which I can mention. We were doing akhanda kiirtan every morning, Panchajanya time, and I think it was in the morning that this happened, but it could have also been in the evening. I was always hiding. Secretly, I was eating in the basement often. We had a bakery that time in Stockholm, and we had a lot of sweets frozen in the freezer. And so we were doing a akhanda kiirtan. At some point, I thought, I want to go to the freezer and eat. And I knew I was really doing my best to not to do that. And the thought became very strong. For about half an hour, I was thinking about it, not going there, like fighting against it. And at some point, Baba's picture fell from the wall, and my reaction was the opposite of what would maybe be expected. Is that instead of feeling like, oh, this was a sign, now I really don't go, then I went after that. I just went to the freezer, and many years later, I felt that it was a sign from Baba that I shouldn't worry too much, because I was very worried, and that made me mentally a bit imbalanced. There was another experience that I was in the car. We went from Stockholm to the master unit, and I had the same thought in my mind, and I was also I was preparing myself to talk to one brother, and I was mentally already preparing myself for a conversation. He was very close to me, and he would ask me how you are, and I was probably going to say I'm well, but I was not well at all. When I thought about this, and also I thought all the time about food when I was in the car. At some point, the window next to me in the car, it exploded. There was no one throwing anything. It just burst, the glass, and that made us to go to the bakery, which was not so far from where we were on the highway. Then I had to stay the whole weekend in the bakery with all the sweets and all the things there, which was, kind of a nightmare for me. So, that doesn't relate directly to to Baba's physical form, but I can say that these experiences and this struggle somehow does bring me closer to Baba. And I had another small experience which is more direct with Baba that was only a few years ago. I am since 2018 in Ananda Gauri in Denmark. I spend now also a little bit of time in the Jagrati, but most of the time I'm there. And yeah, since a bit over a year, I'm wearing the uniform, and I feel that I can represent myself really as an LFT. Before that, my lifestyle was, in my opinion, not good enough. About a few years ago, I was napping, and for about half an hour in the afternoon, and at some point, I started dreaming, and it was a very, very short dream. And I sat in front of Baba. I sat very, very close to him, maybe about 40, 50 centimeters away from him. And in the dream, I sat and I just looked at his forehead, or between his eyes, somewhere there. And when I looked at that point, I fell back and I woke up. And it showed to me that something I thought for a long time already before is that why don't I experience Baba more often in a direct way? Why don't I dream more often? Why doesn't Baba come more often in my dream? Or why doesn't he appear physically? Why doesn't he materialize? And because I know it's possible. I believe it's possible. And like in Autobiography of a Yogi, it is expressed that Yogananda, his guru, materializes. And also there is a story of that Acharya, one family Acharya, I forgot his name, very well-known one. And he was close to Dada Ambareshwarananda, who is my direct in charge. And he spoke to me a lot, many Baba stories. And one of them is that he was going in walking Dada, and at some point he saw this family Acharya. I forgot his name now. Very, very old one. There are also videos of him on
Jasarat or
YouTube.
Chandranath?
Yeah, I think it's Dada Chandranath. Yeah, I'm quite sure it's Dada Chandranath. And he saw Dada Chandranath doing Sastang Pranam in the middle of a field with no one around. And so Dada was surprised and asked him after that, like, saw you doing Sastang Pranam, why did you do that? And Dada said that, didn't you see that Baba was there? And so he had that experience. And also there are different Baba stories. Even a few years ago, I got a message on my WhatsApp that there was a Dada in India that went to a bank to do prachar. And the person in the bank said that your father came a few days ago to inform me that you're coming to talk to me about meditation. And he was puzzled, the Dada. And then he thought about Baba and that he had a picture on his background of the phone. And he showed a picture and he said, yes, that's the man who came. And that's only years ago. So these things are there. And just now I read also that this is the game that Baba is playing, that it's natural. Sometimes I wonder why he's hiding so much, but this is something we have to accept, that we cannot have that all the time. But I know that for me, I'm very grateful for having Baba in my life and having had those experiences and having had actually an open mind to receive. That's the main thing, I think, that is important, to be able to get that. And all the experiences from all the people that have met Baba are so valuable. In the interviews that I listened to also, I felt so touched and felt that, the thing that's most important in my life, devotional sentiment, is really being aroused during those moments. Yeah, the last strong experience, I would say, was during akhanda kiirtan, 3-day akhanda kiirtan this year. This year was Baba's birthday. I went to Sweden to the training center, it was a very beautiful program. We were only 25 people, more or less. We did 3 days akhanda kiirtan, 3 days and nights, and it was very, very blissful. And at the end, we watched the Baba's video with Baba's Varabaya Mudra. And before, I saw sometimes people getting emotional and when they see Baba's Varabaya Mudra. And I know the stories that was something special. Also, I have some experience with sitting in front of the picture for my 6th lesson. And waves coming into my head. And I feel even different colors are going... I see some different spectrum of colors. I had it a few times when I was just looking at Baba's Varabaya Mudra. Also, often I express myself to Baba while I'm looking at this picture, which helps me a lot. And I can express my emotions sometimes. And yeah, and because of the purification of the mind, I think doing so much kirtan and being in the training center, it was more easy. It was more easy to feel the strong vibrations. And this time with the Varabaya Mudra, I felt, and I was crying. And yeah, I maybe also less self-awareness through the years that I started to care less. And yeah, so this will hopefully go on, and I really wish to see Baba more in in everyone and in the world, and I want to work for forever to establish Baba's mission.
You're working as an LFT now?
Yes, I am. Yeah, mostly in a master unit in Ananda Gauri. Yes. Next step would be training. Yeah. Hopefully I can go back to Sweden.
You have control over your food desires?
Not enough yet. That's actually why I'm still kind of waiting. It's going in a good direction, so I'm very confident. But it's a very slow process, and yeah, Baba's really testing me to be patient. But it has been very good for me. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that, brother.
My pleasure. Thank you for allowing me.
Okay.
For doing the work you do.
Namaskar.